What do you know about the total number of degrees in the angles around a central point? You probably know there's 360 degrees around that point. But why 360? That seems like a very messy number. It was the ancient Babylonians that first associated 360 with a number of little steps around a circle that they called degrees. It was probably 360 because they had a base 60 number system, and 360 is a multiple of 60. Most people probably think of these tools when they hear the word degrees, but there are many informal activities you can do to explore the idea of degrees before the students learn the skills required to operate one of these protractors. In this episode, I'm going to show you a couple of hands-on informal activities you can do to explore degrees, and it simply involves paper folding. So grab a piece of paper. I'm going to show you how to fold a triangle that looks like this. First, I want you to make a hot dog fold. Now, in our world, a hot dog fold is one in which the crease runs parallel to the length of the page, as opposed to a hamburger fold where the crease runs parallel to the width of the page, or a taco fold where you bring opposite corners together. So one hot dog fold. Keep it nice and accurate. Next, I want to roll up one of these bottom corners. So roll it up so it touches the crease and finishes back on this corner of the original rectangle. You'll see the triangle take shape as we fold this over this edge you've created. So fold it over, bring it over here until it all lines up nice and neatly. Everything lines up. Just remember that. Everything has a purpose. So there you go. And the last step is simply to fold this over the top or over that edge. So fold it like this, and you can tuck it inside, and there you have a nice neat triangle. If you didn't quite get that, don't panic, because I've provided instructions in the link. Now, how do we figure out the number of degrees in each of the three angles without using a protractor? Well, first we need to make some more. Here are some I've made earlier. I'd like you to make 6 of one and 6 of another color, that is. And that'll really help us see each individual angle. Let's start with this square angle. I think that'll be the easiest. It looks like a square corner, so it should be 90 degrees. But let's check that using some other triangles and using what we know about the number of degrees around a central point. Let's place 4 of them around a central point. All 4 sit around a central point without leaving any gaps. So we know there's 360 degrees around the central point. We also know that these shapes, or angles I should say, are all identical. So it's 360 divided by 4, because each one is 1/4 of 360, and we know that's 90 degrees. So that confirms that is a 90-degree angle. Now let's check this angle. How many of these do you think will fit around a central point? Let's try it. Need a bit more table space, don't I? And one more. Good thing I use different color, because you can easily see all the angles. And it looks like 6 of these fit around a central point without leaving any gaps. So that means, because they are all exactly the same size, because they all made with the same size paper, that each one of these is 1/6 of 360 degrees. So 1/6 of 360 is 360 divided by 6. So each of these angles must be 60 degrees. So we know that's 90 degrees, and we know that's 60 degrees. So that only leaves the smallest of the three angles. Now you might already know that the total sum of all angles inside any triangle is 180. So we know that that is 30 because 90 plus 60 is 150 plus another 30 makes 180. But let's explore it another way by placing them around a central point. You will need 12 of these to do it, I believe. And if you're very patient, you can see they all line up without leaving any gaps. That's pretty good. So now we have 12 of the same angle around a central point. If there's 12 of them, that means each angle is 1/12 of the 360 degrees around that point. So this confirms that this angle here is indeed 30 degrees. And here's another activity you can use with your students or your child. Ask them to find all the different shapes they can make using exactly two triangles by aligning sides that are the same length. For example, this is one. This is a quadrilateral because it has 4 straight sides, but they may find other shapes as well. This is a larger triangle. Now I don't have all the space on this table to show you all possible shapes, but here on the screen now you can see all shapes using those 12 smaller triangles. So have them explore what shapes they can make and hopefully name them. What are they, quadrilaterals, triangles, or any other shapes they can find. And finally, challenge them to calculate the size of the angle in the new shape. We know, for example, this one's already 60, this one's 60, and now you're combining two 30s, so that must be a 60 as well, making this an equilateral triangle. If I rotate it like this, I now have a kite shape. So what are the sizes of these angles? I have a 90 degree, I have a 90 degree, I have a 30 and a 30, which is 60, and then I have two 60s. So this must be 120 degrees. So do that for each of your new shapes, and they should record their thinking. And right now you can see all the totals within or for all those different shapes. And they should notice that the sum of the angles in all the triangles, even though they're larger, they're still 180 degrees. And the sum of the internal angles on all the quadrilaterals is simply 360 degrees. And that makes sense because you're combining two triangles to make each quadrilateral. So this is what I want you to do. Remember that while hands-on activities are important, so is the need to keep things simple or at least less formal at first. So explore degrees with your students or child using the paper folding activities I've just shown you. And 2, think of other activities you can do using these exact same triangles. For example, what's the least number of triangles you need to make a pentagon, or a hexagon, or a heptagon, and so on. And finally, if you've seen value in this episode, leave some helpful comments and subscribe today so you never miss another learning moment with me. See you next time.